Newly promoted Serie A surprises Como sit 13th place after just 21 games, with Cesc Fabregas at the helm of the northern Italian side. The club have hit the headlines as of late with the recent signing of Dele Alli, the former English star boy, joining on a free until 2026. But Fabregas too has other notable figures within the squad, including Nicolas Paz, Van der Bremt, caqueret, assane, diao and more. Fabregas' side are fun, exciting and developing more and more as the season continues. So in this video I'll be taking a deeper look at their tactical setup, their shape in and out of possession, patterns, movements, their pressing, recent signings and more. Let's go. Against the two teams from Milan, they set up in a bit of a 3-4-2-1, but mostly it's a 4-2-3-1/4-3-3 shape. In possession, it's a 4-2-3-1/4-2-2-2, however you want to look at it, as the two midfield pivot players maintain their shape as a pair, stay close, and provide solutions when playing out. The fullbacks stay fairly cautious in an attempt to be less exploited in transition. The left back sometimes drops in more narrow to reduce passing distance and retain possession. The left back also likes to offer support down the touchline and take part in constant rotations that occur between the forwards. Now the right back role is a little more neglected. Let me explain. The right midfielder, Fabregas, would come inside as a 10, creating a box midfield alongside Paz, leaving the space unoccupied on the right flank. Now the right back is very cautious, but he does drive into the space once the passing option becomes clear, and it becomes clear once the opposition have left space on this flank too. This could be through general focus, or the right midfielder pulling the fullback out of position or pinning him back too, which is why he holds width on this flank, allowing Van der Bremt more time and space to execute across. The reason Fabregas drifts inside is because Fabregas enjoys a central overload. A numerical advantage in the central spaces is important in maintaining possession, having control of the game and winning the midfield battles. But when the goalkeeper hits a direct ball into the striker, three players will be attacking onto the second ball, increasing their chances of winning the ball high. This has changed as of late with the introduction of Diao. His role now differs. He can come inside, but he often holds width, giving Como an even bigger threat from both flanks, as the 19-year-old is a fast, energetic, tricky dribbler that can bring real intensity and quality 1v1 and in the final third. This also means that Como will no longer be reliant on the left-hand side as much to create. On the left flank, whenever the midfielder or left centre-back has the ball and opens his body up towards this flank, that's when the left back pushes up and holds width. The aim is to produce 2v1s facing the opposition fullback, giving either of them more time and space to cut inside or deliver across. Rotations occur on the left side more than the right. The left back can interchange into the half space, Fabregas can rotate with Nicolas Paz, the left midfielder can swap into the pivot, etc, etc. Rotations when implemented correctly can puzzle opponents and pull them out of position, but it takes good coaching to utilise them correctly. A lot of goals that Como have netted come from attackers running behind consistently. This is found through long balls from those in deeper positions, those more creative influencers looking for through balls in behind. But they aim to be a persistence, a nuisance, attacking that back line. Over the top of the centre-back centrally, the underlapping space between the full-back and centre-back, and these chances created happen in general play and through quick counter-attacks. Fabregas acknowledges that Como in quality just aren't a direct match for match right now to the rest of the league, like any promoted side. But they're building a strong first 11. Their cautious but direct tactical style is working pretty well as of right now. I've touched on this lightly already, but when building from deep from a goal kick, they maintain that 4-2-3-1 shape. Nicolas Paz sometimes drops in from the 10 to help the pivot, but it's a standard shape, fullbacks out wide. Sometimes dropping in more narrow to help the centre-back find a pass, but if they're overwhelmed with pressure and numbers, they simply go long. Catrone or Belotti have the physical capacities in their aerial and hold-up play to maintain possession, with his attacking trio behind him to support him, giving the team a flexible approach without the constant insistence on keeping it short, as Fabregas wants his team to play it forward, pass forward and get it into the penalty box ASAP. When they do play it short though, the two midfield players look to support whichever centre-back has the ball, creating triangles and the quick play between the two to get the ball up the pitch. The fullback staying fairly deep gives them a solid line of 4 to recycle the ball to, meaning there's players back in transition, but the passing distance is close by, meaning there's no struggle to find a pass even under pressure. What I like about Como's setup is that it feels more safe on a transitional basis, on and off the ball. There's threat when attacking, but also an element of safety and precaution once the ball is lost. When they lose the ball, around 3 to 4 blue shirts will pounce on one player with aggression, speed, hunger, and if they win it high and force an error, then there's Como attackers ready to drive a goal, but the main objective is to kill the opposition counter. Now let's look at their outer possession structure. It's once again a 4-2-3-1, you guessed it. But against bigger teams it's a 4-2-4 with the striker tucking into the 3. The aim to be compact, limit central progression and force the opposition out wide, and that's when they look to be aggressive, intense, force them backwards and look to force a mistake or a long ball. But before that, the structure is very well coordinated, structured and organised. Those forward players are very switched on and the midfielders are looking to block any way through their team centrally, through interceptions mostly, but if the dribbler does carve his way through, then they are pretty good at taking care of them, ranking pretty high in the league for dribblers tackled. When facing a higher quality opposition, the shape shifts into a 4-2-4. This of course gives the centre backs more time on the ball as the striker drops back into the line, but it eliminates any success and fluidity amongst the midfield from deep. It makes it very easy for the shape to shift across when the ball goes out wide. But this isn't to say that the striker won't drop out to press forward as well as the other 3 in the line. It just means that the other 3 in the line will drop in more narrow to adjust to their usual setup. Here you can see Belotti steps out as the right winger in Strefeza tucks inside to ensure Kone doesn't find any space whatsoever, remaining compact. When the left centre-back receives the ball, the right winger pounces, essentially meaning whenever the wide centre-backs have the ball, the winger on that side will press. This is a small detail, but it's one that's very important. In many through-at-the-back systems, the wide centre-backs have a lot of responsibility in taking the ball forward, through carrying it forward into wide areas to push the wide players forward, or recycling it to a wing-back. So to remove that action is massively frustrating for the opposition. I think a lot of people are very careful when giving out praise to ex-footballers who transition into managers, naturally because we've seen many fall short. Steven Gerrard, Andrea Pirlo, Wayne Rooney, Diego Maradona, Gary Neville, Thierry Henry and many more. But with Cesc, he plays an attractive style. He's proven himself as an adaptable coach, and clearly a good one. I think he brings the best out of a lot of his forward and midfield players in particular, utilising them in areas where they work best whilst maximising the unselfish attributes of their striker. The shape, the ideas, out of possession structure that's improving are the signs of a quality coach that implements his ideas very well and clearly to his players on the training pitch. The Spaniard's journey into management is an admirable one. Of course, Como have some financial backing, but proving it at the lower end of the division is the exact career path all managers should take, especially ex-pros. And it's great to see he's well supported. The recruitment and squad building is highly impressive, and of course he's the name that everybody's picking out the hat when looking at Como, but Nicolas Paz is a special young talent. He's been instrumental so far for Cesc Fabregas. Technical, sometimes a little wasteful in the final third, as I believe he has the highest XG in Como's squad, but he's well rounded, physical, shares nice technique, passing, ball control, he's creative, he understands space well and the use of his movement when he drifts between the half spaces, and I think Real Madrid may just regret letting him go one day, as I think he's got bags of a potential. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to smash a like and subscribe to the channel. Check out any other videos you may enjoy. Let me know in the comments how far you think Cesc Fabregas will go into his managerial career. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.